Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Head of Communications at Škoda Auto, Jens Katemann.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, welcome to Tel Aviv, and welcome to the world premiere of the new Škoda SCALA. Before we start the show, I would like to inform you that all the presentations this evening will be in English. Translations are available in Hebrew on Channel 1, in Czech on Channel 2, in German on Channel 3, and in French on Channel 4. Ladies and gentlemen, more than 400 guests from 22 countries have come to Tel Aviv for the world premiere of the Škoda SCALA. We are delighted to have you all here. We are also pleased that several hundred thousands of viewers are watching this world premiere via live stream on a social media channel. Numerous personalities from politics, business, and society have also accepted our invitation. A warm welcome to all of you. I would especially like to welcome this evening the Minister of Transport and Intelligence, Mr. Israel Katz. Also, the Ambassador of Israel here in the Czech Republic, Mr. Daniel Moron. The Ambassador of the Czech Republic here in Israel, Dr. Martin Stropnický. The Chairman of the Board of Directors in Champion Motors, Professor Itzhak Svari. And of course, the Škoda Executive Board headed by our CEO, Bernhard Maier. Ladies and gentlemen, you will not only meet the newest member of our Škoda family tonight, no, you will also dip into the Israeli culture. For example, with a lot of culinary highlights. But let's ask the head of chief himself to tell us about. Some of you may know him from his Israeli TV show, or you may have been a guest at one of his restaurants around the world. Please welcome the famous Asaf Granit. Asaf, come to me. Hey. Asaf, it's so great to have you here. Asaf, tell us, what about the Israeli cuisine? What makes it so special?
Well, it is a tough question to answer, what makes it so special. So I'm going to tell you a very, very short story, which will somehow emphasize how special it is. So my grandmother and father, they come from Poland. They escaped World War II, came to Israel at the last second, and my grandmother came in 17, she was pregnant, alone with no family. She gave birth to my father in Israel, in Jerusalem. And then next door to her, next balcony to her, was a lady at the same situation named Marcel. She was from Morocco. She was 17, she was pregnant, and they were neighbors hanging the laundry next to each other, getting to learn and getting to know each other. And then, you know, they have a new family, they have to cook for the newborn child. So the end of the story is me, as a grandchild, eating couscous at the Polish grandmother's house, which is a Moroccan dish, and the neighbor giving her son or her grandson chopped liver, which is a Polish dish. So basically, Israeli cuisine, which is now becoming very popular around the world, is an amazing, bubbling melting pot of so many cultures coming to this territory and living together, telling stories, sharing stories together, cooking together, and then now creating together.
Yeah. What was your favorite dish as a child?
If I'll say couscous, then my Polish grandmother would be offended. But probably couscous.
Okay. And Asaf, do you know anything about the Czech cuisine?
To be honest, I've read a bit about the Czech cuisine, and I've realized, don't be offended, that your beer industry is way better than your culinary industry. Sorry.
So then it's better that we enjoy tonight some typical Israeli dishes. We are really looking forward to that. And Asaf, I know you have to go back to your team to cook for us. Thank you for joining us on stage.
Thank you very much.
Asaf Granit, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks, Asaf. Thanks. As Asaf now continues cooking, we will dive into the high-tech and startup nation of Israel. And there's one thing I'm pretty sure after this film, no one will be left wondering why Škoda is hosting the world premiere of the ŠKODA SCALA here in Israel. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish you an interesting, exciting, and entertaining evening.
A small tree in a forest has to grow even higher to reach the sunlight. 70 years ago, Israel's success story began. Driven by the prospect of a better future, it became one of the leading economies in the world and a hub for innovation. Israel has a population of just 8 million people. Nevertheless, Tel Aviv is the second largest startup ecosystem in the world, following only Silicon Valley. In fact, the whole country is a startup. Israel has more children per capita than any other country in the Western world. And it spends about 4.4% of its GDP on research and development. Though Israel has no car manufacturing industry, it has a passion for driving. Škoda is the #1 European car brand in the Israel market. In 1991, Škoda entered the market, and since its cooperation with Champion Motors in 2001, more than 200,000 cars have been delivered in Israel. And popularity is high. In only 10 years, Škoda has tripled its market share. But Israelis are not only passionate about driving, they have a drive for change. Car technologies and mobility services are the fastest growing segments in Israel's startup scene, and Škoda is a part of it. In 2017, Škoda Auto and its partner Champion Motors initiated the joint venture Škoda Auto Digilab Israel. Together with our partners like Anagog, UVI, Chakratech, Guardian, or XM Cyber, we develop tools that help to understand and fulfill the customer's needs. Instead of waiting for it, we shape the future together. Škoda.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Chairman of the Board of Management at Škoda Auto, Bernhard Meyer.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Čivrotaj, Verabotaj, Erev Tov. Dobry večer, dámy a pánové. Guten Abend, meine Damen und Herren. Let's change into English again. Have you ever heard of the White City here in Tel Aviv? It's only half an hour from here in the heart of Tel Aviv. It's the world's largest ensemble of Bauhaus architecture with its typical White House facades. And also in the Czech Republic, Škoda's home country, you can see examples of Bauhaus. For instance, the famous Villa Müller in Prague. Why do I mention this? Because Bauhaus and Škoda have many things in common. First, it's functional, emotional, and at the same time characterful design that is influenced and inspired by Cubism. Second, a lot of simply clever ideas that make lives and mobility more practical and enjoyable. And third, the drive to simply drive new things. And with that, I would like to welcome you in Tel Aviv to the world premiere of the new ŠKODA SCALA. Welcome. Now, ladies and gentlemen, special occasions call for special locations. And I'm sure you'll certainly agree with me, this applies 100% to this extraordinary venue. It's called the terminal, which is by its definition a place where we end, or even better, start new journeys to places we've probably never been before. This is why this location is often used for weddings, when two people are hopefully celebrating their best day of their life and depart into a prosperous future. Today, we invite you to celebrate our next big step forward, to start with us a hopefully long and successful journey with the Škoda SCALA. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not just this building that's so extraordinary. The entire city is. Every time when I'm in this dynamic metropolis, I'm fascinated by the liveliness, the speed, and the inspiring mentality of the people. The city is literally vibrating in a permanent mode of change. That's what it makes so special. And what is new is good. So it's a perfect playground for us to introduce you to our new model. But there are many other good reasons why we have invited you to Tel Aviv. One thing is not really obvious today, I have to say, because normally in early December it's a lot more pleasant here than in cold Europe. But weather is something we can only adapt to. We can't really change it, at least in these days. Probably this will be possible in the future. And as rain is in Israel anyway a seldom experience, it's probably the best place to quote an international saying. In English it's rain brings blessing. In German, the Germans say Regen bringt Segen. I do not know the Czech one, but in Hebrew the saying goes short and crisp. Gishmei bracha. However, this is not only and hopefully true for weddings, but also for car premieres. But it weren't just the weather conditions we had in mind when choosing the location here. Škoda and Israel have a close connection. And we are connected by inventiveness, by dedication, by optimism, and the willingness to try new things. Here in Israel, you call it chutzpah. At Škoda, we summarize all this together in our brand essence, driven by inventiveness, clever ideas since 1895. And here in Israel, clever ideas are, let's say, part of the game. You can find 8 universities, 320 R&D centers, and 19 technology incubators. And in Herzliya, in the north of Tel Aviv, there is even a separate university specifically for entrepreneurs. No wonder that here in Silicon Valley, as the region is also called, 6,500 startups are now looking for the next big thing. Scaled to the 8.5 million inhabitants of Israel, the number per capita is an absolute world record. Yes, at Škoda we have also been inspired by this unique spirit, and we are perfectly connected since years here. We do have a really successful, a long-lasting partnership with our importer Champion Motors, and based on mutual trust and professionalism, we are rocking the brand and the market. The company Champion Motors belongs to the Allied Group, which is known as one of the true powerhouses here in Tel Aviv. And already last year, the spin-off of our Prague DigiLab was launched in the middle of Tel Aviv. Meanwhile, this has resulted in a joint venture with our partner, Champion Motors, and with this, we are taking our digitalization activities to a new level too. Today, we are working with 13 fascinating startups in the fields of artificial intelligence, of big data, cybersecurity, and vehicle sensors. Why are we doing all this? Well, to gain direct access to the most promising startup ideas. That's why we recently joined forces with Anagog. Using their artificial intelligence and big data technologies, we are able to understand our customers even better and thereby offer tailor-made solutions for them. And just one week ago, we began 2 more collaborations with startups here in Israel. Chakratech is developing energy storage technology for ultra-fast e-charging stations. And green, by the way. And UEI is working on machine and deep learning technologies for the entire automotive sector. And on top of that, from a scientific point of view, in July this year, our well-established Škoda University based in Mlada Boleslav started a close cooperation with Israel's leading business school, the College School of Management. Ladies and gentlemen, with these and many other activities, we are pursuing the digital transformation throughout our entire company, and we are getting even closer to our target photo that we defined in our strategy 2025. Škoda is the simply clever company for best mobility solutions. That means we are focusing on new products, new services, new markets, e-mobility and digitalization. And as you all know, the Volkswagen Group adjusted its organizational setup at the beginning of this year. For Škoda, this means we are taking over new responsibilities on group level and integrate this in our strategy 2025. Škoda is now responsible for the Indian subcontinent. Next year, we start to steer the Russian region for the group as well. And we are intensively working on a new factory where we are going to build not only Škoda models, but also cars for other group brands according to the latest plant layout plan. But one really important pillar of our strategy remains as, let's say, a guiding principle or a red line, and this is our product strategy. And here we are just to ignite, together with you, the next step of our product offensive. This year we already presented not less than 7 new models, the new Kamiq rounds of our SUV range in China, while the Kodiaq GT is our new flagship over there. We have extensively modernized the Fabia. The Karoq Sportline and Scout complete the model series. The Kodiaq RS is our new spearhead in the SUV segment, and in Paris, the Vision RS showed how we will develop the RS idea in the future, and we gave a glimpse of an eye how a future model could look like. And ladies and gentlemen, you will see the serious version of the Vision RS just in a few moments. We have also taken a leap forward in e-mobility and mobility services. Over the next 5 years, we will be investing 2 billion euros in these fields alone, making it the largest investment program in Škoda's history. Next year, we will be launching the first plug-in hybrid and the first pure electric car, a very special moment in the company's then 124-year history. Also because we're producing our e-cars at the heart of Škoda in the Czech Republic, so both main production sites are already future-proofed. In total, from 2018 to 2020, we will have brought 20 new models to our customers, and 9 of them will be electric. Our goal? To exceed 2 million cars sold per year by the middle to the end of the next decade. We are transforming Škoda from being a straightforward volume manufacturer to a global mobility player. And besides the new SUVs and additional e-vehicles, our current volume models will, of course, play a decisive role in this. For years, all of them have been setting new records in global sales. For example, the Rapid, which alongside the Fabia and Octavia is one of our best sellers in the volume segment, a real strong pillar of the model range. We consistently sell more than 200,000 units per year of that car. And this makes it crystal clear. This segment, the compact segment, is important to us. And the clientele, as well as the competition, will be more demanding and more ambitious in the years to come. This is why we are now taking the next step, or let's call it a huge leap. We've developed a completely new car from scratch with state-of-the-art technology. Well over 3 years of intensive development work are now behind us. Christian, you will tell about that in a few minutes. Our engineers and technicians have completed over 2 million kilometers of trials in test vehicles and prototypes. Now, the day has come to officially introduce you, our new family member, to you, the international press and our friends. So, enough with the preface. I don't want to torture you any longer on St. Nicholas Day. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the new ŠKODA SCALA.
When we are young, even a small space seems full of opportunities. The world is an endless playground. And everything feels exciting. And your pockets are filled with courage. The older you get, the more you have to focus on your goals, on your success, on the next step of the ladder. The world gets narrow, and the to-do list never gets emptier. Time and space become the greatest luxury. But if you take a moment to step back and look from the distance, you can still feel it. Your world is vast, and it's still there. A space for new adventures. A space to feel free, to grow, and try new directions. Discover what's beyond the horizon and beyond your fear. Nothing is more frightening and more tempting than the unknown. Take your courage in both hands and start the journey of your life. The way leads you from the sea to deep forests. From silence to laughter. From a dream to reality. From striving to the reward. From strangers to new friends. Life is a journey we all share. Allow yourself to wander. Open your arms for a new tomorrow. We make space for new ways. Are you ready for the next level? Introducing the all-new ŠKODA SCALA.
Ladies and gentlemen, the new ŠKODA SCALA. Already with our show car visionaries, we made a bold statement at the Paris Motor Show in early October. And we have promised that the serious version will be design-wise really close to what we have shown there, and I hope you all agree, our design team has done a fantastic job. The Scala is expressive, it's confident, it's dynamic. And for us, this day truly marks a real milestone, because this characterful design language will now influence all new Škoda models from both the exterior and especially, you will see it in a couple of minutes, the interior design. However, it comes down to more than just design. We are convinced that the Scala has the best chances to redefining the compact class for Škoda. First of all, it stands for the typical smart understatement that sets the Škoda products apart and makes the brand strong, clear, and distinctive. And we have something added, something special, something crucial to this solid base. The Scala demonstrates a completely new interior concept with new applications you normally would expect only in higher classes. A prominent proof is the central display that is our new command center for both the driver and the front passenger. And it is the largest in the segment as well as the virtual cockpit, both real USPs. Also in terms of connectivity, the Scala takes a huge step too. We have equipped it with the latest generation of online mobile services. A very special feature is updates over the air. This makes ownership, again, more easy and more convenient. And we are making the Scala a front runner for this technology throughout the entire Volkswagen Group. Ladies and gentlemen, bringing a new car onto the road is always something very special. And above all, it comes down to one really crucial thing, and this is teamwork. I would like to thank all Škodians who have worked on the Scala with the Škoda typical inventiveness and passion. I know that almost all of them who could not attend here are now sitting anywhere in the world in front of their devices to be part of this premiere. Dear colleagues, wherever you are, you have created the best conditions for our new compact model to become a global success. Thank you all indeed. And now to give you some more details about the technical and alignment, our board member for research and development, Christian Schube, will now explain you everything what you have to know about this car. Christian, stage is yours.
Yes, Bernhard, you're right. It is always a special moment. Ladies and gentlemen, also a warm welcome from my side to the world premiere of our new Škoda SCALA here in Tel Aviv. Before I tell you more about the car, let me briefly explain you why the SCALA is for me personally so special. Therefore, let us go back into the year 2015, exactly to the 13th of October. My first day in technical development of Škoda, it was also my birthday. So really a special day for me. And this is more important, my very first meeting on that day was the milestone project definition of our SCALA. In other words, we started this wonderful story of this car. Now, only a little bit more than 3 years later, I'm happy to present you the result, our new Škoda SCALA. 3 years of hard work, challenges, new ideas are lying behind us. We all are really excited about this car because it represents a big step for us and opens a new chapter for Škoda in the compact class, as our CEO Bernhard Meyer already said. The all-new SCALA is our first car which is based on the MQB A0 a variant of the modular transverse platform from the Volkswagen Group. This platform enables us to fit the Scala with modern and efficient engines, allows us to add the advanced assistance systems like lane assist or side assist, or adaptive cruise control operating up to 200 km per hour. And most important, this platform offers the Scala more space, which belongs to Škoda's DNA. It is also needless to say that our Scala, with its latest active and passive safety features, up to 9 airbags, is one of the safest vehicles in its class. Ladies and gentlemen, let us also have a look at the available engines. All 5 engines conform the latest European emission standards, and they all are as powerful as efficient. 3 TSI petrol and 1 TDI engine with SCR technology. And next year we will also introduce a CNG engine with 90 horsepower. Designed to be run on natural gas, this engine will represent the most eco-friendly way of driving a Scala. Ladies and gentlemen, our all-new Scala stands for innovative technologies. I want to point out 3 things. First, our Scala is the first car with latest generation of the infotainment systems in the whole Volkswagen Group. Second, the virtual cockpit, this big 10-inch display, again best in class for the compact segment, can be personalized and offers 4 different views. In combination with this, the SmartLink Plus technology enables our customer to use CarPlay, Android Auto, MirrorLink, and SmartGate, and all of this wirelessly. And third, of course, our new Scala is always online. New features and new web apps can be downloaded anytime in our in-car shop. Parallel, we redesigned our Škoda Connect app. For example, now you can lock and unlock your car from anywhere. Also, you can detect its current position or receive relevant vehicle data. Ladies and gentlemen, we at Škoda are always aiming for the best mobility solution. Therefore, we combine emotional design, space and functionality, efficient and innovative technologies, and simply clever solutions. And now, with the Scala, we achieved this in an impressive way. Impressive is, of course, the design of the Scala. It has turned out to be one of the most beautiful cars through the new emotional design language. Who can explain this better than our head of design, Oliver Stefani? Oliver, please join me.
Listen, hi.
Oliver, we always make step by step for the next model, but this time we have made a really big step. How was this possible?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Bernhard Meyer was talking about Bauhaus and architecture is also very important for cars. We call it also proportions. And this big step is really possible through this new proportions on this car. So everything gets really better. So the car is wider, the car is longer, the car has more wheelbase, is more stretched, looks lower, and of course we have bigger wheels. That helps also.
We are very often discussing about bigger wheels. No?
Yeah.
We are also discussing very often about the Škoda DNA. What makes Škoda a Škoda? Tell us something about it, please.
Well, we think that this DNA is really important for our brand. And we have design criteria. The DNA contains the design criteria. And what we want to achieve is that every Škoda is really recognizable on the road. So when you look at the car, what is very important, of course, is the face. And we see here that we have this hexagonal grille with the vertical ribs. The headlights are connected to the grille. We have the lower air intake that stretches from one side to the other. And we have the power dome here on the bonnet that intercepting also with the grille with the logo. So this is really important for our DNA, and this makes us Škoda.
For instance, here, this line here of the bonnet. I think I can remember that we have discussed it very much.
Yeah, this is also a good point, because we're also coming from the side. this line that we call the wing line is also very special for Škoda. And of course, a special feature is always the shut line on the side is almost hidden in the wing line and gives us designers much more creativity.
Yeah.
But also, we have a DNA in the interior. And this is also a complete new architecture. So the central unit of this architecture is our virtual display, 9.2 inches big. And we see that we have also some kind of gesture where the central console is a bit lower, and then the deco part swings up to the sides and is stretching out into the doors. You see that the vents are already in the doors, so also to give maximum width to the interior. So this is also some design criteria, DNA, that we also play in the future on other cars.
Oliver, I think we both know, and I think everybody here knows, everything is nothing without emotion. And how do we bring this emotion in this car?
Well, for us it's very important, function and emotions. So emotions, we should want to touch the customer's heart also. Yeah? So when you look also in the front, the way the front stands, how proud it is, how much character the front has, with the grille, with the headlights. Look at this super nice headlights with these eyelashes, the crystalline shapes in this. This is pure emotion. Yeah? And when we look at the side of the car, then also we see that this wing line that I already mentioned is stretching the car. The line is running above the front wheel. So this is also for this calm and sophisticated appearance. And we do a lot with light and shadow. We use the surfaces to create really some emotional surface. The car is sitting super nicely on the wheels, and there's one beauty shot on this car also on the rear.
Right.
So you see we have this black roof, and we make this roof also, we continue to this into the rear glass all the way down. So we have a nice connection with this razor sharp crystalline line, SPR lights, and this is the perfect place to ride Škoda, which we're going to do on all new cars that are coming.
Oliver, please come to me. We are working really hard every day, nearly every day together. If you want, you can give a really small insight about the future of the Škoda design in this moment here.
Well, I can promise that we will see a lot of more beautiful cars from Škoda, and I have seen them already, of course. Yeah,
me too.
And I can say the future will be very, very bright.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, you can applaud if you want. Oliver. Ladies and gentlemen, Škoda is on its way. And I can promise you that the design and the Škoda DNA will continue to evolve in future models. This fascinating vehicle represents the next step on this journey. And now I would like to thank you for your attention and hand over to my colleague Alain Favé. But before, we would like to show you a short video that explains what is behind the name and why this new Škoda is called Scala. Thank you very much.
What is courage?
I was a sales representative at a very big company, and there was one day I was sitting with my client, and I was watching at the window, and I was thinking, like, oh, there's another life out there for me. The next day, I just quit.
I was doing really well. I mean, every informal competition I participated in, I ended up first. So, I wanted to get in the major competitions at that point. But there was a little problem. I didn't have a driving license yet.
I tried gymnastics. I thought about doing ballet. I didn't like any of them. There was another girls' ice hockey team, so it was easy for me. I had to play with the boys.
When you start cycling at the age of 30, people still call you junior. I didn't really care. I only cared about pushing myself more each and every day.
Suddenly, we discovered that in Latvia, there was no need to have a driving license to compete in National Championship Rally. So I said, that's where I need to go.
When I play with them. They're like the same if I would be a boy. Of course, it sometimes hurts, but it's worth it to do what I always wanted to do.
People always said that I had a lot of courage. I just shifted from not being ready to being ready, all of a sudden.
I guess you can call that courage. So my courage drove me to Latvia.
Where is your courage?
Where is your courage driving you to?
Inspired by all who are moving forward, we've chosen the name Scala for a car that was designed for those who embrace life and adapt to change. Introducing the all-new ŠKODA SCALA. ŠKODA, simply clever.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Member of the Board of Management for Sales and Marketing at ŠKODA Auto, Alain Favet.
Well, dear ladies and gentlemen, now you can see why we've chosen Scala as the name for this new model. In Italian, Scala means ladder or stairs. We've created this car for people who embrace the future, who have the courage to take chances, to seize new opportunities, to climb to the next step in their life, and for that, need a travel companion that is flexible, reliable, good-looking, and safe. With its compact size but generous interior spaciousness and state-of-the-art infotainment, the Scala is the right choice at many stages in anyone's modern life. For a young couple, for example, planning a new family and enjoying travel or outdoor activities, as well as for middle-aged parents, starting again life as a couple after their grown-up children have left home. The Scala speaks to a very wide and mixed audience. No wonder that compact hatchbacks in general remain so popular. This market segment represents 1 in every 7 cars sold in Europe, for example. The Scala will also bring Škoda to the next level on the car market. Worldwide, our brand reached over 1 million sales in 2015, 1.2 million last year, and I'm quite confident that we will beat this record in 2018. Our success lies in maintaining a strong performance with our saloon and estate models like the Octavia, our bestseller, the Superb, and the Rapid. And on top of this, we've started a major SUV offensive in the last 2 years with the launch of Kodiaq, Karoq, as well as models specifically for our largest market, China, with the Kamiq and the Kodiaq GT this year. So, what do we expect after the launch of the Scala? Well, today, Škoda has achieved a market share of almost 5% in Europe, 4.6% to be very precise. But in the all-important compact hatchback segment, our current model, the Rapid Spaceback, only takes a 2.3% share. So, with the Scala, we see a clear potential to double our current sales performance in this market segment. The Scala will give us the courage to open new doors for Škoda, to speak to new audiences and successfully enter new markets, not only in Europe. With this new model, Škoda has the potential to truly become a global player as set out in our strategy 2025. Why are we so sure about this? Well, Christian and Oliver have just given you insight into many of the design and technology details this new vehicle has to offer. Scala customers will experience our core Škoda brand values every single day. Human, simplifying, surprising. That is what Škoda stands for. And Scala is human. At 4.36 meters in length and a class-leading 467-liter boot capacity, this car is not only highly emotional to look at, but also practical to accommodate a whole family. It invites you on great trips and to seek new adventures. And with its numerous driver assistance systems, it gives you time to concentrate on what really matters. A good chat with the other passengers, for example, or a phone call with your loved ones at home. The new Scala simplifies your life too. Being a benchmark in infotainment and connectivity, it lets you simply program your navigation on the go via our app. This car is also able to simply redirect you based on the most accurate congestion and map data available because it's always connected, always online. Gone are the days of having to use several devices for precise traffic and map data. With the modular infotainment system in its third generation, the Scala is able to make life easier and more comfortable. And last but not least, there is no other brand that gives you those surprising moments every day. Many simply clever solutions, of course, like our almost legendary ice scraper and an optional automatic boot lid, including a smart tip-to-close feature. But there's so much more to discover and to be positively surprised about this new car. Taking, for example, the various spaces to store all your belongings, or the smart boots package that allows you to fix your shopping bags so that they don't fall over. It's those little things that you will appreciate the longer you're using the Scala. Ladies and gentlemen, with the Škoda in general and with the Scala in particular, you don't have to compromise between emotion and brains. With practicality and space, Škoda keeps its promise of offering our customers a little bit more for their money. And with best-in-class customization options, you can make this car truly your own. We are confident that we will be able to win over a lot of new customers for this new product. Our target is to reach an even broader and younger target audience than with our previous compact hatchback. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very proud of the project team that made all this happen, and I would like to thank them for their great work. We're eager to present this car to the public very soon and to launch it at our dealerships in the second quarter of 2019. And now I'd like to invite Jens Scatman back on stage. Thank you very much.
Many thanks, Alain. Ladies and gentlemen, dear guests, we are getting closer to the end of our show. Before we open the stage for you to take a closer look at the new Scala, I would like to thank our strong partner, Champion Motors, for their great support during the planning of this event. And as Professor Itzhak Swari, Chairman of the Board of Directors, is here with us tonight, I would like to use the opportunity to invite him on stage. Mr. Swari, please come up to me. Mr. Swari.
Thank you very much. Thank you for this great honor on behalf of Champion Motors, the people of Israel. We are very proud to participate in the first international launch of a Škoda Scala taking place in Israel. Looking back for the last 12 years, Škoda made an impressive, very impressive progress in Israel. As mentioned by Mr. Bernard Meyer, the last 5 years, Škoda is the most European sell car in Israel. And we hope that we'll continue to have this stage for the next many years to go. This impressive change in the position of Škoda in Israel, very impressive in terms of numbers. I'm not going to discuss numbers. It's based on a couple of combined factors that lead to that. First, it's the simple truth that the success of Škoda in Israel is merely a reflection of the success in Škoda in the world. Škoda managed over the years to make a superb car, with a great value to customers, and it fills all the categories in the economy. It's the high-tech that desire it, the government, the army, police, leasing company, and taxi driver, and the general public. The slogan of Skoda, simply clever, said everything about it. It's fit all kind of the population. It's very popular, and we're sure it will be more popular in the future. The second pillar in this impressive success is obviously the Champion Motors team that managed over time to build a brand which is very popular, very desired, and very active in the economy. And that's again, the Israeli customer, which is simply clever, fits very much into this category. Last is obviously the cooperation between Skoda International, Skoda Hub in Israel, and it's managed over time to push, to support, and more important, to accommodate the uniqueness of the Israeli market. Uniqueness works both ways. It has many advantages, it has many problems, the high taxation, the competition, and so on. And the Skoda team managed over time really to support, to push, and to accommodate. And recently, what we did last year, the cooperation became even stronger when we established the Digital, which is Digital Tab, which is the first of its kind joint venture of between Champion Motors and Skoda. And I think so far it is successful, and we expect a very important role to this joint venture. And it's mostly to tackle the future, the unknown future of mobility. We are very grateful for the endorsement by the distinguished members of the board of Skoda Auto. And last, but certainly not least, I would like to take this opportunity to personally thank Mr. Bernard Meyer, which is a dear friend, and for his friendship and his strong support to the activity of Skoda family in Israel. And this evening, this evening, a simple reflection of this positive attitude of Skoda International, and especially Mr. Bernard Meyer. Thank you once again. Chag Sameach, Chanukah Sameach, coming Christmas Sameach. Thank you all. Bye.
Thanks a lot. Professor Schleis, stay with me, come on, stay with me. Yeah. Thanks a lot for your speech.
Thank you.
And certainly, we do not come to Israel without a present. And I'm sure that our CEO, Bernard Meyer, would like to hand it over in person. Bernard.
Wow. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, Professor Swari, I'm really honored, and I'm a little bit speechless, I have to say, for these warm-hearted words and for the value you bring in our partnership. And I feel the same. On the mutual basis and beneficial success stories we have now made a couple of years together, there grew something very special. You called it friendship, and I'm really proud that we are working together. And I'm looking even more in more prosperous years in a common future. And I promise you, we will come up with cars you will probably today dream about. But for today, we have something which is related to Škoda as well. It's a special class designed by our designer. You know, Czech Republic is well known for this craftsmanship in glass designing and this crystalline design we have in our cars also derives a little bit from this authentic piece of masterwork. And I hope you will find a drop or two of a good wine to drink out of it and to commemorate this wonderful evening. Thank you very much for everything.
Thank you. And we're looking forward for a bright future.
We do.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. So, enjoy the evening. Dear guests, in a short moment, we will open the stage and the several food stations for you. refresh yourself, or take a closer look at the Scala. We prepared in total 4 cars for you. This one here on the stage, 2 additional cars behind the LED, which will be opened in a few minutes, and 1 down in the lobby. After you took your photos and videos, did all your interviews, we invite you to party with us. For that, we have a special surprise for you, so don't leave early tonight. So, enough organizational talk. Let me invite all the board members and our chief designer, Oliver Stefani, for the final picture. And after that, we will open the LED wall for you. So, gentlemen, please come up to me. Stark. So, pass auf, du bist ein bisschen größer als er. Vielleicht geht es so, genau. Christian da. Ich komme zu dir. So. So, last smile. So, the LED wall will now. Yeah. Yeah, happy?
Yeah.